this video, a round trip through sweet Denmark, soaking Norway and smooth Sweden, with along the way magnificent roads and sceneries, overwhelming skies in time-lapse, a lot of water crossings, and 10 stopovers and campsites to stay the night, both official and wild camp spots. So every time you see and hear this, another great spot is coming up. So hop on the bus, here we go. Now the gateway to the northern countries is Hamburg, most probably a beautiful city, but also known as the German traffic capital. Let's not do that and take an alternative route further north, the Elbe ferry from Vigsø to Kjul Strand. If you avoid the rush hours, it takes you pretty quickly across the river Elbe. And from the eastern bank, it is like a straight line all the way to Denmark. Nice blue water on both sides, dunes with gently waving grass, tiny little houses. This country looks kind of, well, sweet. There's the first stopover. Thorsminde Havn Autokamperparkering. Nice language. It's an official motorhome stopover at the marina, and although it's not the most romantic site, you can use the marina facilities. It has electricity, and the beach is only a 5-minute walk away. Remember what I said about this country being sweet? Well, this coastline has a pretty unsweet and rough reputation. It is loaded with shipwrecks. But not today. Today it's all peaceful, quiet and sweet. Next day I drive slowly further up north, trying to find me a quiet and free spot near the sea. Uh-oh, there are more people with that idea. But after several remote gravel roads, I find what I'm looking for. A perfect free camp spot near the little village Vigsø, if I pronounce that right. Difficult language. There's no one here but me, and the Danish skies are magnificent. Walking the dogs is my great pleasure here, because the dunes, the beach, the waves, they seem to be there just for us. I stay for 2 days and 2 nights in absolute solitude, and the spot is enchanting. Then I have to go to the upper north of this sweet country, to Hirtshals, because I have a boat to catch. 2 spots here, just east of Hirtshals. First one, the official campsite Kjul Strand. Very friendly and with all the facilities you could think of. I decide to drive to the beach, just about 1 kilometer further down the road. It is a free spot right on the beach, Officially it's not allowed to stay the night, but during off-season it shouldn't be a problem. Both spots are about a 10 minutes drive from the ferry terminal in Hirtshals. The next morning I take that ferry, which is a rather special one, the brand new multi-hull Fjord FSTR, 109 meters long, a capacity of 1200 passengers and 400 cars. Ready for takeoff? Here we go. Four engines and over 50,000 brake horsepower and a top speed of 40 knots, it's almost like flying. The Fjord FSTR brings us in 2 hours and 15 minutes in a straight line from Hirtshals, Denmark to Kristiansand, Norway. Heading west along the Norwegian coast, the world gets more and more beautiful. There are big roads, slightly smaller roads, and very narrow ones, where you really have to keep an eye out for oncoming traffic. Big bridges, smaller bridges, and there is always water. Water, 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 everywhere. A short stop at a small harbor shows me where all that water is coming from above. Wanna stay? Nah, too soaking wet. So let's move on and try to find a drier spot. I do find a good free spot near the dunes of Nærland, Nærland. Complicated language again. This free camp spot has a great view, but drier? No. It starts raining, and again, and again, and again. I'm moving on to higher grounds, trying to leave the rain behind. Does that work? No, it doesn't. But as I am getting higher and higher, even in this decor of dripping mountains, the sceneries are absolutely impressive. After 2 days of cruising through soaking mountains, the sky finally opens up. And it seems to be lasting for a couple of days. Yes! So I decide to leave the main road and go for something narrow again, to find myself a nice and sunny stopover. The asphalt ends and is taken over by a dirt road. I pay 50 Norwegian crowns to open the toll barrier, and then, after a few hundred meters, there it is. The most beautiful stopover up till now. I stay for 2 days and 2 nights before I leave again. Not because I want to, but because I have to. Provisions are diminished to only 2 buns and 2 eggs. Now, is this the best stopover this road trip has to offer? No, it isn't. Scandinavia decides to save the best for last. But before that, I want to share 2 more Norwegian spots with you. The first one is in Gvarv, only 70 kilometers to the southeast. It's an official campsite with the name Teksten, and being a writer, I just can't resist that one. It is situated on the riverbank, has all the needed facilities, and off-season you can even have your own pontoon with barbecue.
Hey doggos.
The last Norwegian spot is on the banks of the Oslo Fjord in the harbor of Horten. It's an official motorhome stopover, and once again not the most romantic place to stay. But there are 2 reasons to visit it anyway. First reason, the incredible good takeaway pizzas at Chili Pizzeria across the street. Second reason, it is very close to the terminal of the Horten Moss ferry, the one that I take the next morning to cross the Oslo Fjord on my way to Sweden. The part of this last Scandinavian country I want to visit is this, in the red rectangle. Actually, that should be a blue one, because this coastline, well, is incredibly blue. We'll get to that part in a minute. First I will show you Trättelanda, if I pronounce that right. Once again, complicated language. Trättelanda, a place somewhere out there in the middle of nowhere. There's a small strip of land for motorhomes. It's not flat, but the very nice owners provide you with blocks to level your vehicle. If you camp with tent or caravan, you can rent a small cabin for the night. Facilities are all very basic and simple, but sufficient. The area is gorgeous and you can make long hikes. That is to say, if your crew feels like it.
You want to go somewhere? No.
And then to the blue part. This coastline is deep blue, blue, tropical blue, and blue with colorful villages with an almost Mediterranean atmosphere, like the famous Fjällbacka, if I pronounce that right. Now, this part of the Swedish west coast is about 160 kilometers long and includes 8,000 islands and rocks. And most of these islands are connected by roads. Roads, yes, roads. But the road ends here. Well, the Swedes tend to disagree with us, and they have pretty strong opinions on this matter. Now look, there the Swedish road is coming. We may think this is a ferry, but in their eyes this is nothing more or less than a floating continuation of the public road. And because of that, the Swedes bring you very smoothly and totally free of charge from one island to the next. To the next, and the next, and the next. Smooth guys, these Swedes. My last floating road is Annie. Or should I say Annie? Annie, maybe? What the heck. I'll just stick with Annie. Annie really is the last one in a row. After her, no more floating roads left. Annie brings me to the small island Lure. She works until midnight and then goes to sleep. So if I want to get off the island again, I have to be back with her in time. This little island has only one very narrow asphalt road, and I take it all the way to the end. The road really does end here. No more ferries or floating roads. The only thing left? A restaurant. A very good one, by the way. And behind it, the drivable world is over and turns into some sort of wonderful painting. Late in the evening, I climb a rock just in time to watch the sun set. And to watch the moon rise on the other side. Sitting there all night, I decide that this is absolutely the best spot during this road trip. And it is way past Annie's bedtime before I get back to my moonlit bus. Time is running out, so I have to take the ferry, embarking in Halmstad, Smooth Sweden, and then easy floating back to Grena, Sweden, Denmark. Well, that's it for now. Please subscribe by pushing the button. Hope you enjoyed this video and see you in the next. Bye.